My Blizzard messing with you.
No. And we are live back with another installment of the Authority Hour, where our mission, without a doubt, is to not only ourselves, but create within the ethos of those who follow what it is that we're doing, turning your digital footprint into your greatest asset. So, Ronnie, during pre-production, like you were dropping a lot of bars there, man. Like a whole lot of bars. And for someone that does business as well, like I know that those are bars. You just be talking like it's just another normal day. You know what I'm saying? But well, I mean, it is just another normal
Microwave?
day for you. But
Microwave?
for
Breezy.
our
Microwave?
for our audience, that's a whole different kind of thing. So, like, talk to our audience about you looking at your capacity and making adjustments and what that has looked like this week.
My capacity is being expanded. You know, they say that, if you want to build your business, you have to increase your own capacity. I'm finding that to become more and more of a challenge, how do I get more than 10 hours out of a 10-hour workday? Like how do I get more done? And I've made some adjustments, by hanging out with the right people, getting the right people in the circle with me. One of them is Jamie Krakowski, so I'm in the gym working out, and I'm doing my thing, and Jamie's like, Ronnie, what do you normally schedule appointments for? How much time do you block out for an appointment? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I book people for an hour. And he goes, why do you book them for an hour? I'm like, I don't know. What's your point? And then he said, if you book them for like 37 or 40 minutes, you can free up like 10 or 12 hours a week. And I was like, I have no idea why I book people for an hour. I think it's just because it's the normal thing to do. Like I just book you for an hour. Have you ever been in an appointment where you had an hour booked out and like after 15, 20 minutes, you're like, this meeting is abruptly coming to an end, or we're not a great fit. We should just move on. But that hour has been blocked out. And I've lost all that time because I don't have anything to do now for the next, maybe another hour, So
Nah,
I'm
so
trying to slowly make that change.
that is incredible insight because when you talk about like phasing your engagements with folks, so it's like maybe that first interaction is the 30-minute for you to go through a certain like checklist, for lack of better words, to understand if that's the type of person that you want to talk to in greater detail. And if they are, then you schedule a follow-up. And that one is the hour long or the 2 hour long or what have you. But that 30-minute one is, I just need to see if it's even worth my time for us to have a more in-depth conversation. Bro, that's brilliance, man.
I think I like the way you put that. I think like I try to keep my mind open to like, I try not to use words like I'm not a good fit for you. Like I'd rather make sure that our business services align with your priorities. So it's like, and it's okay. Like I think we spend so much time trying to see if we're a good fit or if the client's going to waste my time or the prospect's going to waste my time. It's like, I hate the way that makes me feel, when I tell people like, you're not a good fit for me. Like, I'd rather be like, listen, we really don't solve the problem that you have.
Right.
You like going to dealer to dealer to dealer and spending Saturdays at dealerships trying to get your car. My clients simply want to avoid going to the dealer at all to get their car. Our services do not align with your priorities. So
But look,
It's difficult.
I think a piece of it though is how you frame it in your mind. Because
Yeah.
if you're looking at it, from the context of, by me spending an hour with this individual that we are not a good fit, then that is robbing me from the opportunity, robbing you from the opportunity of actually having, like, delivering value to more people, to the types of folks that you actually can provide value to. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
maybe, but I think like protecting my time is a thing. But like, just take today. Like, there's a lady, if she's ever watching this, her name is Cass Mullane. She's right here in Colorado. She referred her sister to me from New York, and her husband had passed, and they're trying to get a vehicle. This particular vehicle she's trying to buy, I just can't help her with that. But it gave me great joy to spend 30 minutes on the phone with her, educating her and giving her what she needed to go be successful without me. I think that's where a lot of businesses fall down, right? Like, I like to give people something that they can do without me. Like, if we're going to know if my services align with your priorities really quick. You want to avoid the dealer? We're good. Like, let's talk. All we got to do is talk about how much it's going to cost, the numbers and everything, and put it together. But that's where I get joy, is helping Stephanie. Like, she's like, what do I do? I'm like, okay, I don't solve that. However, let's talk through it. What are you looking at? Have you talked to a mechanic yet? Have you done this? Have you done that? And then she did all those things, and she called me back and goes, Ronnie, I got it. I was like, good for you. Awesome. Let me know if you need anything.
But what about allowing your content to do that job?
Yeah, I mean, you mean like I could have taken the call or figured out that I wasn't the best fit and then sent her the content? I think that's something I could do. But let me tell you something. I am focused at 56 on doing things that light me up. And it lights me up to help you and not get paid a dime. Like, it's like, dude, if I'm helping you and you're succeeding without me, it's like happiness for me. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need that. Like, so I think both of them can exist. They can both exist. You can get content from me, learn what you want. But if you want to talk to me, I'll talk to you. I'll help you through any car situation if you're willing to listen.
It is, but it's also the balance of, when you, going back to what you said at the beginning of the episode, how do you squeeze more productivity out of a 10-hour day? And it's the balance. It's the balance of all of that, because I feel the same exact way about what I do. Like, the business consulting, the coaching that I do, I promise you, I swear to God, it does not work for me at all. Like, I love what I do.
Yeah.
Like, it is not, the contract that I'm working on right now, dealing with the politics of the firm, I don't care for that stuff, but front facing the client and changing the trajectory of their business, like, it's not work at all. I absolutely fucking love it. But when I think about the amount of time that I have in a day, and like comparing now to what I've experienced over the last 3 years of building Bullseye Consulting from the mud, like, I've spent a lot of time talking with folks that, I was able to still be operating in my passion piece, but they weren't ready for where I'm at, like what I'm here to deliver, like what I love to do. They weren't ready for it. Whereas now, each day, I'm working with my client, the client from the firm that I'm contracting with, all day long. So
Yeah.
today, I gave a leadership workshop with the newly promoted manager and their 2 direct reports, who are now supervisors. And those supervisors have a team of folks that report to them. So this is all stuff that, again, it's not work for me. But when I compare the impact that I'm able to have right now in comparison to what the last 3 years have been, it's not much of a comparison. Like, I've spent a lot of time talking with people about things that I love, but I wasn't able to deliver the impact because they weren't ready yet. That's a
true.
real thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking about like if you're building your digital database or your digital authority, we're going to find the same thing out about who our real audience is, like the people who actually want to be in the room with us. And the thing about it too is like the audience, we can learn from the audience.
100%. That's the purpose of the audience for me. Like, it's a community.
It's a
You know what I'm
community.
saying?
Like, yeah, I don't like we always say in this damn thing, like we don't have all the answers. We're willing to put ourselves out here to try and attract people who want to learn with us. Period.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So
What
taking
else you got today?
taking that a step further, I deal with the balance of family and business every single day of when it comes to what it is that I do, because oftentimes small businesses have some component, some family component to it in one form or fashion. If it's not blood, it's like, that's my dog for years. That is basically family. And it's very challenging to navigate those relationships while balancing a business for a lot of folks, because they don't have the proper structures in place so that it's kind of clear swim lanes. You have had such an evolution this week that you have brought your wife on board. Talk to our audience about that experience, how it came about, and how week one has been. Now, obviously, let me preface it with, I know that you got to sleep next to your wife tonight, and you got to come back home to her tomorrow. So, tread lightly. But
She's sitting right there. So yeah, like I have a team of people that we are really trying to find out what lights them
are you
up.
trying or doing?
Well, we are finding out what lights them up. I'll give you an example, like with the a magical breakthrough we had like a few months ago was I shouldn't be the initial trainer for any of the new auto brokers. I am too ex-military. I'm just too much. Like I move at a
Should you be the initial phone call to the point that you were making?
I was talking about
that 30-minute call. Are you the right person for that 30-minute call?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, AI could answer the questions. I mean, I could have Rachel do it, but like, yeah, I mean, that's another evolutionary step that we could take. We could look at that, how did you get me on the phone, But what we're finding is I think people can, when you're into something, right? People call procrastination a bad word. And I think I've said this on this podcast before, but I heard this other guy say procrastination is wisdom. You don't want to do it. Like you ever, like some things like, my ex-military is like, eat your vegetables and eat them first. Get in there and do it. Like, and you just like making content, right? I'm like, when we're talking about putting content out, I'm always one that's like, just get it done. Done is better than perfect. But at some point, you got to realize what lights you up or not, right? It does not light me up to do a lot of detailed paperwork. It does not light me up to spend hours trying to explain to someone exactly why I don't want to buy this specific car. I already know, and I don't need but 10 seconds to figure it out. And so it's hard to get me to slow down and pace myself with that particular person. But what we found out was that lights up Bonnie. Bonnie likes watching. She likes letting people learn slowly. And so she's like a perfect fit for me because I want the people on the team. I know they're capable. It doesn't light me up to sit there and go through the minutia of figuring out. It takes 10 years to get you where I need you to be, right? And so Bonnie is very patient with that. So what I'm saying is building my team. I have Christy, who does all the operations of the company, like overseeing the sales department, overseeing me, overseeing all kinds of things. And then I was left with doing other things that were more detail oriented, which just were not lighting me up, but I knew they had to be done. So I was eating those vegetables, right? Writing newsletters, making sure that this is done or that is done. And so you said earlier, like I hired my wife because she's very creative and she has a lot of skills that that I just don't have. So I was like, would you be willing to help us by writing the newsletters and then also helping direct some of my skills as far as here's what you need to do today. Like she's been in corporate America for a couple of decades. So like she understands the world is a different place than me. So what we're hoping for is that she gets lit up by that and she gets excited about developing the newsletters, that it'll be engaging. People will want to click on them, look at the pictures, go through it. And tonight she's asking good questions. She's like, I'm working on a newsletter. I want to have it done by Friday. Do you have any pictures from the event that you did last week? And I was like, great idea. I didn't think about that, you know? And I was like, do you have any pictures? She's like, no. I'm like, all right, I got to go find those and duplicate it. Give her the stuff and let them go. And that's not like a lot of us were raised. A lot of us were just told what to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding by reading John Maxwell that it's not how it works, man. You got to let people go and you got to be there with them, but you got to let them go. They're better than you. They're better than me in multiple different ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So it's so interesting that has been how your week has started, because mine has started similar in the sense of, as I've shared with you, I have, my VAs that do the things that they do, but there's a certain level of ownership in the process that I need in my business, because, Wednesdays are literally the only day during the week that I have. Wednesday evening are the only days during the week that I have like any time, because Monday I'm with the client that I'm working with through the contract that I'm on for 10 hours. And then afterward, I have a client meeting and then I film my other podcast. And on Tuesday, I got the 10 hours with the client. And then I have an internal meeting for the company that I'm contracting with. And then we film this podcast. And then on Thursday, I got 10 hours with the client. And then I have 2 Bullseye Consulting clients that I meet with afterwards. So like Wednesday is the only day during the week that I have any, like I can just get in bed at a semi-reasonable hour, or I'm playing catch up to the things that I wasn't able to get to because I don't have much time. So yesterday, I had a conversation with someone that I am hoping is going to become an equity partner in what it is that I'm building, because I don't have enough capacity as one individual for what I just described to sustain. But everything that is happening needs to sustain. So what facilitates that sustainment is increasing my capacity through building my team of having the right people in position. Like I'm not responding to text messages. I'm not responding to emails. I don't have fucking time, bro. Like it's nuts. And trust me, do believe this is not a complaint whatsoever. I am, I won't say that I'm necessarily content where I'm at, but I recognize that this is a part of the process.
It's a part of the process. Yes, that's a great way to put it.
Like, this is the investment that I have to make into creating the life, not only for myself, but more importantly, future generations of my lineage. So this is the time. So I'm all in. It is what it is. Like, we going. But to have what you just described with your wife coming in and doing that, the conversation that I had yesterday was along the same line, because if she accepts the equity role that I outlined to her, my life significantly changes. Like, and I know that because she's that type of woman that, like, once she commits to it and she is locked in, all of these gaps that I can clearly see, they end up being filled. And then also the gaps that I don't see end up being filled. Like, she's that type of powerhouse of a force. So it unequivocally comes back to everything that you're describing there, bro. And like, we're kind of going through the same process in different context, but it really is the same shit, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's a process. I think that I have fallen in love with, I may die doing what I love to do. That's from Curtis Jackson. Like, and that's really it. It's like, I may not get to my goal of $83,000 a month. I'm gonna chase that
No,
son of a
fuck
gun
that.
till the wheels fall off.
No. So if I was going to sit here and be quiet through what you just now said, then we would not have started this podcast. It would have just been on a fucking text thread. So the reality, Ronnie, is everything in business flows back down to numbers. So when you start talking about $80,000 a month, what it
Yeah.
takes to achieve $80,000 a month are certain activities happening consistently, and understanding what those activities are producing so that you refine the approach to those activities so that the 80,000 happens.
I
So,
understand
like,
that.
as your partner in this thing here, as like I consider you a friend, no, I'm not finna sit on the other side of this screen and listen to you say that and not challenge you. It's
I mean,
bullshit.
I like the challenge. I think maybe all I'm saying is I get what you're saying. I'm happy. It's like money's not the goal. I'm happy. So yeah, I also realize, so here's to finish the sentence. At 80,000 a month, I won't be content. I would want to push it to, I would like want to double. So like, yeah, I mean, my point is whatever double that I'm chasing, if it's 160 a month, if it's what's that, 320 a month, if it's 480, it's like, dude, it's always something to chase, but don't chase it unless you're happy. Like, I'm happy. All I'm saying is I'm happy. Like, I don't know if it's worth for me to work 16 hours a day at this point in my life just to chase a dollar. Like, I'm like, no, I've done everything I could between 4 a.m. and 5 p.m. and I'm satisfied for the day. And can
But
I
look,
look back
bro,
on it and know I was productive?
no, because all of that traces back to what you're describing with the value that Bonnie brings to what it is that you have established, and Kristen and what she brings to what you have established, and now your wife bringing what she brings to what you have established. Through that, if when you have all of those resources doing what they are respectively doing, it's you working 16 hours a day is not a thing. It's not, it really isn't a thing. It's you, like, even going back to the 1 hour long discovery conversation in comparison to it maybe being a 30-minute discovery process to taking it a step further. And do you need to be involved in
I've had
that?
to learn some things along the way, Jesse.
What's
I was
that?
talking to a lady about a Porsche today,
Mm-hmm.
and we may buy this car and it may need $3,000 or $4,000 worth of service immediately, and it only has like 40,000 miles on it, and it's not a problem for her. She wants the car. Like, also during times that I'm sitting with people discussing if they want to spend $50,000 or $60,000 or if they want to lease a car or whatever, I've just had to learn, like, when they want me to be involved and in advising them, then that's the time to advise them. I have to be invited into the conversation. And sometimes, I'm just a little bit older than you, and I'm like, happiness is the goal. So if I'm sitting here going, Jesse, I can't figure out this or that or whatever, bring it to me. What do you see that I could do? That's one thing. But like, all I'm saying is, for the person out there just trying to make content,
Fair.
there's going to be this one thing of, you need to go hard, you need to go often, you need to go consistently. But if that's not making you happy or lighting you up, that's okay. Then what will? Now we need to look at the bar you want to chase. I think we all get, like me, I'm 150% guy, dude, like every day, 30 years straight. But I don't expect anybody around me to put forth that kind of effort. So, now it's one thing if they sit with me and go, well, how do I get to where you're at, Ronnie? Oh, do I have permission to speak honestly? Yeah. Okay. Well, get out your pen and paper. Because I had a kid working for me once, right? And he was like 20 years younger than me. And he's like, how many hours a week do I need to work? I'm like, bro, you're 23. Your work schedule is 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. if you want to be successful. Well, what does that mean, Mr. Haskins? I'm like, that's exactly what I just told you. If you're in the bar, you're passing out business cards. If you're at the club, you're passing out business cards. If you're on a date, you have your cards with you. If you are doing this, I had to do it passing out cards. I didn't even have the internet, So when I was talking to this kid, I was like, this is what you need to do, And so what we found out was he didn't want to push that hard.
Mm-hmm.
You want to kind of be there 8 to 5 or 9 to 4. So it's a different conversation that needs to be had at that point. Like, I can only help people go where they want to go.
Facts.
When I'm trying to teach people stuff, man, like anybody listening to these videos or whatever we're putting out here, yes, there's one conversation for people who want to pay and sign up and hard charge. There's another conversation for the people that are like, man, I'm just trying to go fishing this weekend. It's like, okay. So I don't, I'm not disrespecting what you're saying. I totally agree. I think I'm reaching the level where I'm like, you know what? I want to die doing what I love to do, and I'm gonna be very happy doing it. So if it doesn't bring me joy, I'm more apt to push back on it at this stage of my life.
Oh,
I said nothing about money.
Right.
Money doesn't bring me joy.
And I only went on my emotional tirade based on initial.
You're just trying to bring it from love. You're trying to help.
Yeah, 100%. But that 80,000 piece and requiring 16 hours of your day, like I don't see the correlation between those two things when you're simultaneously building a team that understands their respective assignment. So like that's where that piece came from. But
we're putting those pieces together. They're growing. Everybody, what's the best thing I'm getting right now is the people around me are happy. They're not where they want to be financially in the game, but they're happy on a daily basis. And it's fun listening to Bonnie. This is a get rich quick game. And she goes, this is the hardest job I've ever done, but I love being here. Perfect. That's where you got to be. So can't wait to see her break through or push that through. to have a magical break. I would rather see her break through than me. Like I know I can do it, but I want to see her break through.
That's love, bro. That's love. And when I think about the conversation that I had last night with the young lady that I've already shared about, her coming on board just foundationally changes everything. And I'm not even going to keep on talking about it because it's like nothing is confirmed. So I've been operating in professional spheres long enough to have learned the lesson the hard way, to never get too excited over an opportunity, because as quickly as the opportunity is there, it can be gone as well. So, until it actually comes to fruition and those things are actually starting to happen, I have to reserve my excitement just from living. Like I've learned that lesson the hard way. But
Yeah.
the prospect of it does um, light me up inside for those that can't see it like abundantly clear. But one of the things with this consulting thing, so the clients that I'm working with through the contract that I'm on are spending $360 an hour for me to be in their business.
Okay.
And the framing behind that is, and actually I used the wrong words in even describing the point that I'm making. They are investing $360 an hour, because there is a difference between spending versus investing.
Explain that. What's the difference?
So spending is just money going out. Like we do that every single day. Money is going out. Investment, there's a return on it. And well, it should be. When you're investing, there should be a return on it. Like, period.
Positive
So,
or negative?
well, I mean, when we're talking from a business sense, that investment should be positive. If we're truly talking about business. Now, if we're talking about a nonprofit organization or something of the sort, that's a different ball of wax. But for those of us that are operating for profit enterprises, LLCs, or what have you, when we are allocating resources towards an intended outcome that is going to benefit the growth of what it is that we're piloting, that is an investment. It's a different kind of thing. So the firm that I'm contracting with, they have a lot of phraseology that I don't agree with, and it is what it is. Like they preach what they preach. I just I don't even like nod and smile. I just kind of look at them with a blank stare, and they kind of see that in my face. But that I do 100% agree with that sentiment of, if the client is looking at what it is that we're providing as an expense, then you're doing the wrong thing. Like you framed it the wrong way. You're not delivering value accordingly, because when someone
Okay.
is spending $360 an hour, and that's absent the travel expenses and the per diem and all of the things, just for the professional services, when someone is making that scale of investment, they're damn well better be an investment or return, not an investment, a return that
Does it
comes.
happen all the time though? I mean, like
So
Elon Musk said that he thought Tesla would fail. He never thought it would make it. He never thought it would. Like he just never thought Tesla would take off. He actually said that. I thought Tesla would fail, which my conspiracy theory ass was like, yeah, you're in the information business. You ain't in the car
Yeah.
business. But
Now,
like,
but
well, how do you learn lessons though? Like, my point is, how do you learn to be successfully? How can you successfully get an ROI if you've never taken an L? Like, all of my lessons that made me profitable were L's. Like, I had to take L's. I lost $7,500 on a car, on one car. Like buying cars, whatever. But how do you get someone to start and consistently get an ROI every time? That baffles me.
so we got to rewind back to what created the space for me to be front facing the client to begin with. In order for me to be front facing a client that's investing $360 an hour, let's start calculating the amount of L's that they have racked up prior to me being in front of them.
Okay, so they took those L's, and the win, the ROI was, we need to spend money with Jesse.
Or the firm that sold what I delivered.
Gotcha.
Yes.
You're selling an outcome.
Well, I'm not selling anything. I'm delivering.
They're selling an outcome.
Yeah,
like, we're gonna bring in an outcome.
They are. Yeah. They are selling an outcome, and it's my job to deliver it. So in that, again, for someone to be at a space where they're even open to considering making that kind of investment, you got to think about the level of ups and downs that they have experienced within their entrepreneurial journey to finally recognize, oh shit, insanity truly is, by definition, doing the same thing and expecting different results. So if I want to commit myself to a cycle of insanity, if I want to continue to commit myself to a cycle of insanity, then I just keep doing what I've been doing. If I recognize that I've been in a cycle of insanity and I want to hop off of that roller coaster, and there is a resource that's going to guide me into understanding my business in a way that I have never seen it before, that $360 an hour is a fucking drop in the bucket. It's a different conversation because they have taken so many L's already, doing it their way.
Okay.
To recognize it's not yielding the appropriate results.
How do you put that into the turning your digital footprint into your greatest asset? So if you're talking to me and you're like, hey, you should be putting out content or doing something like that, how do you put that, how do you get me to invest, or not spend, but invest that time, and then show me how I'm going to get the ROI from doing all that work?
Well, firstly, it starts with, like, you shouldn't do shit. Like, I'm not here to tell you what you should. I'm not here, not you, Ronnie, but I'm not here to tell anybody. I'm not here to tell anybody what they should be doing. Like, we live in a semi-free country. So everybody has autonomy to make their decisions accordingly. Like, who am I to tell anybody what they should do?
Well, so, you know what, though? That might be the answer, what you're saying, right? If someone's seeking us out, looking for a way to improve their authority, you're doing it right now.
100%. And that's the baseline. That truly is the baseline of how this even started. Again, like, I love continuing to articulate this point, because this value that we deliver every week, or that we intend to deliver every week, it could have rested in a text thread. It could have.
Yeah.
Right. And it didn't. And the reason that it didn't is because you and I have been doing this long enough to recognize that that would be a disservice for everything that we talk about to just stay in the fucking text thread somewhere. Like, that's not service to humanity on a broader scale. And what you described earlier, as far as it's not the money that motivates you. What lights you up is to educate, to empower, to help someone to help themselves. Like that lights you up. And that same thing exists for me. So every single week when we're having these conversations, it's creating the opportunity for the people that we are not front facing on a daily basis. They can come around when they choose to. It's no pressure. It's no rush. Everybody is on their own journey, and that's okay. Like they can reach it, they can find us when they find us, and they can process us how they process us or not process us. That's fine. That is absolutely okay. It's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't change what's in your heart and what's in your spirit and what's in mine, which is servitude.
Yeah, you can't help anybody else without helping yourself. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Every time I talk to somebody younger or whatever, and I'm helping them through a process, I find that I start thinking about it as well. One of the best examples I have this week is like they charged me with being the education coordinator in BNI. And dude, I took it seriously. You know what? So it does not light me up to sit there and write. I'm a published author, dude. Like I got published in 1988 in the Piedmont Journal.
ChatGPT, like let's make that clear.
Dude, I had to type. No, it wasn't 88. I'm sorry. I take that back. It was 92. You know why I remember it? Because I had come back from the war and I was writing an article on my experience. And I submitted it and it got published. And the whole thing, it took me freaking forever to write that thing, and it did not light me up. But so when I took this, when I got charged with being the education coordinator of the BNI chapter, I started like getting lit up because I was like, I do like Claude and ChatGPT and Gemini and all of these AIs that I have. And I was like, this is going to be great because I talked to it and I was like, right, help me take this podcast from Ivan Meisner and turn it into a teachable moment that I can read for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Because, with my tone, I'll go to 3 minutes and that's all I got. So after about 6 weeks of doing it, I was like, damn, I'm learning so much. Like, I was sitting there reading these things to the group. Whether they listen to me or not is irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter. And it was magical because I started taking those moments and implementing them into my life without talking to anybody about it. And that's how you increase your capacity, is put more stuff in here. Like, it's like, the time thing, me and you can definitely debate that over the next 6 months. And I might do a podcast from the boat one day. Like, Jesse, I'm on the boat, but I think I was just trying to help the chapter and I helped myself. So you're right. When you're teaching people, you in turn will be helped as well if you keep your mind open.
Bro,
that's it.
So let me tell you this, man. Never in a million fucking years would I have imagined that what I have done with my current client would be a thing. So my client here is going to be visiting BNI chapters because of me.
In North Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because why aren't you in a BNI chapter? Period.
That part.
Yeah. Now, so there you go. I will give you that. Instant ROI.
No.
Guaranteed ROI at some point.
No, that's not true. Because if that were true, then the folks that migrated in and migrated out of the chapter would not have migrated in and out to the degree that they did. So
separate the business from the business. Open your mind.
Give me more. What do you mean by that?
Separate the dollars from the business. instant ROI on his capacity increasing because of what he's going to learn, who he's going to get connected to.
Now,
The money,
yeah, fair.
the
No,
money.
Yep, fair. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to get changed. He's going to feel real change. Yeah, I mean, most B&I people. I've been in chapter 18 years, my man, and people leave for the same reason, Jesse. Not the same. Some get too busy. Some I'm not getting enough. Whatever. Some for different reasons, sickness, whatever. But like, I think they all leave changed, and for the amount of money we spend, he will definitely get a positive ROI.
100%.
So, like, do you think so? Now, take that to what we're talking about right on this channel, authority in the digital space. Because this is the question, right? That how do I get paid? Right? I'm gonna put the content out. I'm gonna teach people what I know. I like basket weaving, and I only paint in blue. Okay, you're not gonna make money right now. I don't know. Maybe you will. I don't even want to say that because maybe you will. But by putting the content out, you will get better at putting content out. You will get better at understanding if you're making content that people want to watch. You will get better at articulating your messaging. Like, so that is an ROI. That is a return of the investment on your time, not monetary today, but definitely eventually.
Facts. So the thing that's so poignant about the point that you're making there is, so this client has been operating in their business for multiple years without understanding business. So the intentional
Me too. You're not alone, man.
the intentional strategy to build an infrastructure that consistently generates, nurtures, and converts leads into customers has never been something that's even crossed their mind.
The intentionality of it, of trying to figure it out.
That's never been a thought process at all. So when I ask the question of how do you succinctly articulate your value proposition in 30 to 60 seconds?
Yeah.
And the blank stare.
Deer in the headlights.
It's never even crossed their mind. And it's like, bro, so check it out. Like, I went and did the research. I pulled up all of the chapters nearby, and I looked at the number of members, and I looked at the specialties of the members, and I rack and stacked all of the chapters local and sent it to him and said, bro, you need to fucking check this out, because every single week you are going to be forced to come to deliver a communication on what it is that you do. Now, there's varying degrees of how well that you're going to do that, but the more that you are forced to do it, the better that you get at it. And I didn't show him because I didn't want to create a conflict of interest, because every single time, like, I recorded every single one of my commercials, but
yeah,
I couldn't show him the video because it creates a conflict of interest between my brand that I represent every single time that I did those commercials versus the company that I'm contracting with. So I couldn't show him the video, but I could let him hear what I was saying. And like, as you know, there was not a single week where my commercial was the same from the week prior, or really I didn't really repeat many of my commercials. Like, they were pretty much.
You did a good job at that. You did great at that.
Pretty much
you had stories. You had good stories.
So the thing in that is, I can speak from experience on the ROI that comes from that. And to your point, that ROI is not measured in dollars.
Right.
That ROI is measured in professional aptitude, prowess, and ability to execute. Like that is invaluable.
It is.
Absolutely invaluable.
I've had to tell people you got to get used to patting yourself on the back if you're a business owner because you got up today. Now, if that's all you did all week, 5 days in a row, then stop patting yourself on the back. But if you got to the office today, pat yourself on the back. I got to the office, you know. But let me tell you something, like being on this podcast, it just gave me an epiphany right now while we're talking. Forced to do. You said that, right? You go to BNI, you're forced to do 35, 45 seconds a week. It's a mental mindset that people that don't like BNI or people who are challenged to do content might say. It was me walking around the office today after working from 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. The first 3 hours is working out and, you know, whatever. But like, my point is, as I was leaving the office today, I was like, I did not get content made today. I did make content today. My team did, but I did not produce a video. I wanted to make a video today. I didn't get it done and I felt down. And I was like, damn it, how do I get more time? And we started our conversation, how do I get more time to do this? I have to do it. I have to do it. Here's the shift. We're not forced to do anything. We get to do it. That's Steve Harvey. Like, it's like, you know what? And, you know, I get to do this. Like, I get to go make a video and put it out to the world that will be there after I'm dead. Like, or this guy that's in that chapter that's going to learn how to succinctly say in 30 seconds and articulate his value proposition. You get to do this now and test it out on people every day. I'm not saying you need to change telling him that he's forced to do it. All I'm saying is I think we get ourselves, when we're trying to make content or whatever you got to do, we get ourselves all bent up, right? Like, damn, I got to do this today. It's like, nah, bro, you get to do it. You still get to. There's people that are looking at you that want to do what you're doing. And you're turned it into something that you don't even want to do. I'm talking to myself. Until you started talking and you said the word forced, you just relieved me because I was like, shit. That's what was stuck with me today. I even have B-roll I was working on. I was in an auction today, and at a car auction, looking at all these cars, and I was videotaping some of it, and I was like, I got to do this. After you talked, I was like, I don't have to do nothing. I get to do it. So tomorrow, I'm going to make a fabulous video with a completely different mindset of, I get to make this right now. I'm going to put it out to the world, and it will happen tomorrow. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Bars, bro. Bars. 100%. Words matter. Words 100% matter. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a force measure. It is an honor to be challenged to step outside of one's own comfort zone to become a better version of one's own self.
It's self-inflicted. I was in the Army. I remember doing setups in the drill sergeant looking down on me and goes, Haskins, how do you feel about this self-inflicted pain you have? I'm like, what? What, drill sergeant? You chose to be here. I was like, oh my Lord. Self-inflicted pain. So like every business owner out there today that's struggling with making content or showing up on a podcast, I invite you to post in the comments that you'd like to join us on the podcast. We'll send you a link. We'll talk to you. We will have a conversation. You get to. You're blessed to be able to do it.
Yes, yes, yes. And before we wrap up, so I went and did some of my due diligence on because we were talking about establishing our own like what we refer to our audience as.
Right.
That's a conversation that we've had,
but
we have not actually done anything with that beyond that initial discussion. So just showing, because for context, when we rewind back to the origin of this here podcast that we are speaking about, episode 1, we did not have a name.
Right.
Episode 2, we did have a name. And
the Authority Hour.
that name came from AI. Like we took,
Yeah.
like I took the transcript from episode 1, I plugged it into Claude along with my prompt, and it gave me a list of ideas to consider. And we took that from, okay, now we got a name. Now, what's our tagline that has a powerful impact when someone truly takes the time to process it? And we did the same thing. We took multiple transcripts were plugged into Claude again, and it gave us a list of options. You and I reviewed those together, and we chose turning your digital footprint into your greatest asset because it truly is, when leveraged the right way. Your digital authority truly does become your greatest asset, because regardless of what organization that you are a part of, when people are locked into you and who you are because of the presence that you have established for yourself that is broad reaching, you become your greatest asset, and you will always be able to monetize the value that you're able to bring to another brand, because when you show up, you're coming with an army of people behind you. It's eyeballs that convert into business opportunities for folks on the other side that are looking to create more momentum within their business. So
Sweet.
it all kind of works together. So when we spoke about naming our audience, the same approach applies to what I did here.
Okay.
Plugged it into AI and it spit out some ideas. Now, obviously, I am biased to dogs. Like I'm always going to be biased to that, because like I shared with you, and we had this conversation before I took on this contract that I'm on now. Like, I only want to deal with dogs, bro. Like, I don't want to have conversations. Like, I respect everybody in their journey and where they at. I do. But 3 years of operating independently, that was preceded by me knowing the value of what it is that I do definitively, because I was delivering it at a higher hourly rate than the firm that I'm currently contracted with. So I knew the value. It's not no speculation. Like, I have invoices that I can show where people spent $425 an hour to sit down with Jesse Bullock for 40 hours a week. And they spent the, $20,000 or whatever that it took for that to happen. Like, I know that. So in that, like, the idea of going through the process that I've gone through, I don't like folks that are not serious about growing what it is that they're building. I applaud, I respect, I salute, but you don't have my time, because I understand my time and the intent that I have for what it is that I do. I am shortchanging the folks that I can truly be helping to help themselves by allocating too much time to folks that are not ready. Like, I learned that lesson over these last 3 years. So, like, the dog thing, like, I have a different level. I'm biased to it, is my point. You know what I'm saying? So when that ended up showing up, like, all I did was plugged in the transcripts, and it threw the dog piece in there, and I was like, oh man, that's obviously gonna catch my
That's
eye.
yours. I like it.
Like,
I mean,
I had to proceed everything with, like, all of the backdrop that leads to my bias for it. However, this is not about me by any stretch of the imagination, but I just had to throw that piece out there. But anywho, you and I both have our military backgrounds, and it's so dope to like we can have a conversation about something completely left field, and it ends up tying back to a military experience that we have.
Yeah.
Right. So like when I'm looking at this list and I see the boots, the detail, the formation, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. Because in the context of the conversations that you and I have had, there are definitely, it happened this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have shared backstory of your military experience during this episode. I can't remember if I did or not, but it comes out. It just spews out of me. It's not intentional. Like I spent 10 years on active duty wearing the uniform, so the shit just comes out every now and again. You know what I mean? And it has happened while you and I have been engaged in these types of conversations. So I understand why those first three options are there. So let's start with those first three options. What's your read on those?
I don't understand the detail. I like the formation. The boots, I don't know if that one rises over. So if I was picking one of the three, it'd be the formation.
All right. So we got the formation on the military side. So then moving to our next two options, the dog and the pack. I can see both of those as well. Like I understand how the AI arrived at those as options. What's your read on those?
I was also a wide receiver who earned the right to be the captain of the team and starter. And so when I look at the dogs, it's not something you can say.
Hold on a second, bro.
You get what I'm saying, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh man, you spin these balls, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I like it, but I think it's a qualification to become a dog, right? You know, so yeah, you have discipline, you have accountability, your work ethos, grit, already established. Like that's just what that dog is. That if you remove the already established, it's like you have discipline, accountability, work ethos, and grit. Not because you say it, because somebody else says it of you. Like I do not give that away easily. Like you're not a dog just because you joined me on a podcast, you know? So even though I love it, I'm not sure I'm ready to name a whole audience dogs. The pack, I'm a big wolf dude, man. Like a wolf is like my spirit animal. So like, it's an extension of the dog. You might be part of the pack right now, but you can elevate yourself to dog status. Like you can get up in there, you know, it's like, all right, you want to do what it takes? Okay. I didn't know you were ready. Okay.
Ooh, is that our community? The pack?
You can be happy in the pack for as long as you want to be, but you want to be a dog. Oh Lord. I didn't know you wanted to go through that pain. Okay.
Fucking love it, bro. So is our community the pack?
You know, I got a wolf in my office, right? I got a picture of one in my office on the wall. Like I have it on the inside of my jacket, dude. Like I got a custom made sport coat that I bought from Tom James. And on the inside, when I open it up, it says the wolf.
Bro.
Facts. I'm not even making it up.
Say no more. So is our audience those who
the pack?
Those who see what it is that we're doing, respective to our own individual and what we're doing collective. Is that our audience? Or is our audience the pack, Ronnie?
I like the pack because I feel like you are a dog, Jesse, and you can be the alpha of the pack. And people can be in the pack for a long time and have a lot of fun and do a lot of things. But if you want to come offline and be a dog, that's a journey.
I fucking love it. So we got the pack.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Like how you execute too. You don't spend too much time talking about it. I like that because I feel like I move at the same speed. I'm like, I don't want to think about this for 6 weeks. We're doing the pack. We can change it later. Like whatever. We might fall out of love with it. All right, fine, we're changing it. Why do we done is better than perfect. Done. The authority hour. Who wants to join the pack?
My guy. So you know what? And we can even spin that into a whole other thing because we were talking about the Substack piece. So we turned that into the sub pack. Fuck you mean?
The sub pack.
Come on, man. What we talking about, bro?
A lot of work. That's what you're talking about.
Hey, man. It's the beauty of it, though. Do you have a team on your side?
Yes.
I got a team on my side, too.
Yeah.
Ronnie, what we talking about?
A pack.
What we talking about, bro?
Getting it done.
You know what I'm saying? We can have our teams collaborating.
Yeah, that's cool too. I like that, you know. Yeah.
What are we talking about, bro?
Well, collaboration's at the top, man. You know, that's 100%. Where it's at. Competition's at the bottom. That's like I'm only competing with myself.
Facts.
This is a game of golf right here, dude.
Facts. Ronnie.
Yeah,
man.
It's a good day, man.
Yeah. So I'll say this because I said your name 3 times. So
I appeared
every single time that I talk with my mom about what it is that you and I are building. So you know that well, I don't know if you know or not, but I'm a junior. Well,
me too.
My dad has never gone by Jesse within the family. Like in the military, people call him Jesse, but within the family, his name has always been Ronnie. I have no fucking idea. Yeah. I have no idea where
that's wild.
But like his name has always been Ronnie. So they had a very rocky relationship. So
him and his mom?
My mom and my dad. Like they have had a very
your mother and your father. Okay.
Yes. So they've always had a rocky relationship. So like when I'm sharing with her what it is that you and I are doing,
the name comes out. It
makes me semi uncomfortable to even share your name because I know what that does to her. But like I don't have a fucking choice, right? Like your name is Ronnie. So like she done joke because like my mom is a G, man. Like you'll meet her, but like she's a, you know what I'm saying? Like she's from North Philadelphia. So she a different breed of woman. You know what I'm saying? My mom is a fucking G. So she like, yo, he gonna have to change his fucking name or we gonna have to call him something else. Cause
wow. At this age, I'm open to it. You know, I used to be very protective of my name because I'm a junior. My dad, you know, people try to call me Ron, and I'm like, that's my dad. That's not me. I'm Ronnie. But like, you know, I got a uncle. So here's something fun. One day, we got a chat room that I got with a couple of my boys, like my best friends. And for whatever reason, one of them was like, we're going to call you Juice. And I was like, where'd you get that name? Where did you get that name? Yeah. Where did you decide to call me Juice? Juice, right?
OJ?
I don't know. I mean, I don't, maybe. Like people on YouTube call me OJ Simpson, but like, dude, my uncle was Juice. Junius Haskins. Like Uncle Juice was the bomb. Like they named a train station after him in Lynchburg, Virginia. Or like maybe they didn't name it after him, but they've got like he was responsible for them building the damn thing. Like
that's fire.
He was president of the NAACP in Lynchburg. He marched with dude. I got pictures of him in Rosa Parks. Like it's crazy,
bro. So, when you showed me the picture of your parents with Rosa Parks,
yeah. Like, well, Uncle Juice set that up. Like
that's fire.
That was fascinating. When they said that, I was like, what? So I think if anything, I would live with Juice. I'd be honored to carry that name forward, man. He passed away when he was like 54. So I was like not even 30, I don't think.
So firstly, like thank you for sharing that. Like I mentioned earlier, I do consider you to be a friend.
I consider you the same, my brother.
And you sharing that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like that don't just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like you don't share that with everybody. You know what I mean? So
It's in the universe now.
yeah, I'm not just gonna glide past it as if it's not an indication of the relationship that you and I are building, have built and are continuing to build, and I don't take it for granted. So like truly, bro, like salute and thank you for fucking with me that way, man. Like that's dope. That's dope.
Well, you share with me your mama. I mean, dude, come on.
Yeah.
That was your mama.
Yeah. And
I said, "What's up?" from the juice.
Like my mama is like, bro. So I am my mama's son, bro.
We all are. Well, yeah, I am too.
Yeah. Like I am 100% my mama's son. Like the thing that I did not have an appreciation for when I was a child was so the world that you and I face as Black men is a different world than
the mom's face.
Yeah. And non-Black folks. Like it's a different world to face. I didn't understand the world that my dad faced as a child. I understand it now because I face it myself. To a different degree, because what he faced was different than what I faced, but like I get it, I understand it. Well, the thing that's unfortunate about that is previous generations of our lineage has resulted in those of us as men taking the hurt, the pain, the embarrassment, the disrespect that we experienced in the world and bring it back home to our family and inflict that pain on our family accordingly. And my dad did that. So it's when I think about the disconnect between my mom and dad, it's like I get it in a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I conceptualize it in a different kind of way because he was facing things that she can't understand, and she was facing things that he can't understand. But they were married, and they had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So
are you building a business?
When I hear I won't call it disdain, but it's not kind. It's not a kind sentiment necessarily that she has for him. I get it. You know what I mean? And it's why like every single time that we talking about what we like when I'm talking with her about you, like that piece, like it does play in my mind. You know what I mean? So for that to go to you talking about your Uncle Juice, you know what I'm saying? Like that's powerful shit. You know, we're talking about generations of pain and overcoming that pain. You know, like it's like we are talking about generations of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just like glide past that. We could, but I'm not that type of cat. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just glide past that. Like there's depth to what it is that we're talking about. And I just want to say to you again that I deeply appreciate like our friendship and what it is that we build in here, bro. Like
one day at a time, man. One brick.
Yeah. Love and respect, man. Love and respect. So again, when we talk about the authority hour, this all comes from the origins of Ronnie and I having a conversation about holding each other accountable and taking that to another level. And that that extra level that we took it to creates the space for those who are ready to be a part of the pack to hop on board. And for those who are not, you can watch from the sideline or not. It's cool. We love you anyway.
All right, man.
Another episode of the Authority Hour. You could have been anywhere else in the world. You chose to be here with us. We appreciate that.
Lakers in 6. Dude, the Knicks. You got the Knicks. Dude, Cleveland's up 93-76 and 7 minutes left in the